In a bustling city lived a man so tiny that people rarely saw him as more than a joke. His stature made him the subject of whispers, ridicule, and cruel laughter. Children pointed at him in the streets, while adults turned away, dismissing him as insignificant. No one offered friendship, and though he carried his pain silently, his heart longed for kindness. One morning, with his heart heavy, he decided he could no longer stay in a place that despised him. He packed a small bag and left the city, walking toward the harbor where a large wooden boat awaited passengers bound for another land. At first, the sea was calm, and the passengers laughed, trading stories as the boat cut through the water. But by evening, dark clouds gathered, and waves began to crash violently against the vessel. Thunder roared, lightning tore through the sky, and the wind howled like a beast. Suddenly, the boat splintered under the force of the waves. Panic spread. Women screamed, men shouted in terror, children clung to their mothers. Passengers were thrown into the merciless sea. The tiny man, though small, was unafraid. His light frame gave him an advantage in the raging waters. While others struggled, he darted across floating wood, using ropes and planks to pull people up. He swam tirelessly, pushing survivors toward pieces of the wreckage that could keep them afloat. Then he saw her, struggling, gasping for air, her delicate hands reaching for something to hold. She was unlike anyone he had seen before, with a grace even in her fear. It was the king's daughter, though he did not know it yet. With all his strength, he pulled her to safety, shielding her with his own frail body from the crashing waves. Clinging to him, trembling, she whispered through chattering teeth, "You are braver than all the men I have ever known. When others froze, you fought for us. You are my hero." Her words pierced deeper than any cruelty he had endured before. No one had ever spoken to him with such respect, such warmth. Despite the storm, his heart burned with a strength he never thought he possessed. When the survivors reached the shore, the princess would not let him slip into the shadows. She held his hand firmly, her eyes never leaving his. "The world may have mocked you," she said softly, "but I see the truth. You are strong. You are noble. And I will never forget the man who saved my life." Days later, she brought him to the palace. Before the king and the entire court, she declared, "This man, though the smallest in stature, carries the largest heart. I love him not for how he looks, but for the courage, kindness, and strength within him." Her love changed everything. The city that once mocked him now celebrated him. The king honored him, not as a subject, but as family. For the first time, he walked through the streets with pride, not shame, because someone had finally seen him, truly seen him. And in the arms of the king's daughter, he found more than love. He found the home, respect, and belonging he had sought all his life.